I would tell myself, my former self, my little self, um, not to just think that it was my fault because I used to think that you didn't want to be around me.
Nah, it never was your fault. Never was your fault. Never,
Or I
never.
thought that I don't know, like I said before, it didn't match your ego, so or who you were at the time. So I would just tell myself that I'm not accountable for that because for a long time I really thought that it was me.
How are you guys' relationship as it is today, right now?
You want to go first, baby girl, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. Right now is it's stable. I'll be honest with you. It's stable. It's consistent. No lies. No, no kind of way. Like, all right, no excuses. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're on a level of growth, and actually we are growing. Like I say, any relationship. I don't care if it's significant other. I don't care what it is. It's all about growth, and that's what we are targeting right now. And I'm excited that she actually accepted to work with me to get this growth going. So that's the main thing, growth. I think that's where we are right now. You know.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I guess we cool right now.
we cool. Okay,
But-
that's good. That's a start. It's a start. You know what I'm saying?
No, but yeah, this is the most steady that our relationship has been. I can't say that, but I guess like from past times, I guess it was hard for us to like stay in a good space.
Definitely, yeah.
But
I
now
agree.
we're fine now. It was like but it wasn't always like
Yeah,
that.
it was a rocky road. It was definitely a rocky road. You
Yeah.
know.
All right, okay. So basically, y'all pretty good right now.
Yeah.
But there's some growth that needs to
Yeah,
be.
definitely,
All right?
yeah.
We always growing. That makes sense. Perfect sense. So how do you compare where you guys are right now at this state to where you were as you were growing up in your teens?
I'm gonna let you have that one, Jalen. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Now compared to then, like a comparison of the two, when I was younger, it was very inconsistent. Like there would be a lot of, I'm gonna come and get you, and I'm gonna not come get you because I don't feel like coming to get you, or I forgot, or an excuse, or you doing something else. But now it's very stable. Like it's consistent, and like you're actually trying now compared to then. Like it didn't match your ego or who you were, so you didn't do it. But now it's more so you don't care now because like it's you're an old man. at
I'm
this
definitely
point.
old. I'm definitely old. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
agree with her. I wasn't consistent, you know, and like I say, a lot of it was like, I think at the age I was young, you know, and I thought I was missing something, you know. I'm thinking I'm missing something outside of the most important thing in the world was this young lady right here, you know. So my growth made me realize, like I said, it sucks that it took this long to realize that, but she's absolutely right for us. I should have like really sit down and pay attention. But when you're a kid, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid, no clue of how to raise a child, and you ain't even taking care of yourself, it was a task. It was definitely a task. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely was a task.
Okay, so as you can see, relationship right now is way different from what it was in the past. I'm sure we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about specific stories. We're going to talk about things that Jalen went through that, you know, her dad had no idea she was going through. And we're also going to tap into the mindset of Jermaine, you know, because Jermaine kind of bounced around. He was from Cali back to Mississippi, and he was making moves. There was times that we didn't even know what Jermaine was doing, you know what I'm saying, let alone his daughter. So, all right, so banking off of that, Jalen, if you could give yourself, your old self, some advice, or if you could talk back to your old self or your younger self, what would you say to yourself, looking back retrospectively?
For a long time, I used to say that I wanted to like not care about you, like not think about being with my dad or like what that would be like. But so I back then I would think like try hard not to think about you not coming to get me and stuff like that. But I would tell myself, my former self, my little self, not to just think that it was my fault, because I used to think that you didn't want to be around me.
Nah, it never was your fault. Never was your fault. Never,
or
never.
I thought that, I don't know, like I said before, it didn't match your ego, so, or who you were at the time. So I would just tell myself that I'm not accountable for that, because for a long time I really thought that it was me.
Never was you. Never was you. It was all me, be honest with you. Like 100%, it was all me. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that we definitely going to have to target as we keep going down this journey, and let people know, like, that's a lot of young kids, they think that way. What did they do wrong? It's never them. It's the parent. You know, and like I said, I'm going to take accountable of every action I've ever done, and I'm going to hold accountable for what I've done. It's never you. And that's one thing I definitely want to target.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, I think a lot of kids blame themselves. You know, like, you know, why doesn't my parent want to be with me? Why my dad want to be with me? Why doesn't he pick me up? It's something that I done. You know, and that's actually that's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Jermaine, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's go.
You now at your age, what can you go back and say? Hey, man, what could I have done differently? You know what I'm saying? If you just go back, what could you go back and tell a young JG that was in the streets back and forth from California doing this thing? What would you say to yourself? And when would you say it? Like, at what point would you say it before it was too late?
I would have said it when she was 3, when she used to look at me. You know, I should have stopped then. The way she used to look at me when she was 3, that smile. I ain't do but stare at her sometimes. She just smiled. So, yeah, I would kick the selfishness away, not try to figure out what I want to do in life. I would have gave all my attention towards her.
But what would you have said to yourself? Like, what if you had a conversation like, "Look, little JG, I'm from the future." What would you have said and set yourself down to say it?
Oh, it's easy right there. It's nothing more important than your children. I would have sit back and said, "Hey, man, you ain't moving right, and you ain't moving positive. So, hey, your daughter, your children are way more important than how you making your move. And your moves ain't even calculating out right." You know what I'm saying? I definitely would have said that to myself.
Let me ask you one more question. Man. Do you think you would have listened?
Nah. We honest out here, right? We're being honest.
Real talk, though.
We honest, right? I wouldn't have listened then.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But now, it's like, wow. You missed out on the most important thing in the world. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You missed a lot of graduations. You missed a lot of promotions. You missed a lot. You know. So yeah, we gonna. Hey, like I said, it's a lot of fathers out there. They're not willing to accept that is their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm willing, and I want her to drill me, young lady. You know what I'm saying? Drill me.
And that's what it's about. It's like. Really ain't holding back. Why are we gonna hold back? We all adults,
exactly,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Jalen could have been like, I'm good. I really don't need this dude. Like
she would have been doing twerk videos. She ain't got no twerk video.
Definitely ain't doing no twerk videos.
No.
Jalen has definitely used that energy as a positive thing.
Yeah, that's what a lot of young ladies need to do. You know, I feel that she's very strong mentally, even though, like I say, I missed out on a lot, but I highly respect her on her mental, physical. Like, your mental is a different type of caliber. I'll be honest with you.
I try to tell people that all the time.
Look at you. She being cocky. Look at her. Yeah.
But no, that's dope though. Hey, I think this is a good start. You know what I'm saying? Like we trust me. We haven't even scratched the surface yet.
It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna be some moments y'all gonna really hate me. I'm gonna put that out there first, because like I say, I never was a perfect father. But you know what? It's never too late. You know what I'm saying? That's for any man out there.
That's the point.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a child, obviously you see where she at right now. She in San Diego, California.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And the coronavirus going on. Like, she could have made it. I ain't gonna get on a plane.
Exactly. She here, right?
She here, and I think that's super dope. I think that's the main point. It's never too late to get back in a relationship with your daughter.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, that sounds like.
Thank you guys for checking us out, man.
Thank
Thank
Appreciate
you for tuning in to Daughter Daddy Issues.
Yes,
That's what's
sir.
up.